Hello, my name is Marilyn Basanta from VMware's End User Computing Group. I'd like to talk to you today about what it's like to experience the digital workspace. The digital workspace is powered by Workspace ONE, which is the simple and secure enterprise platform that delivers and manages any application on any device by integrating identity, applications, and enterprise mobility management. So let's go ahead and dive right in. So every day we come into work and we all have the same struggles. We have multiple devices, mobile devices, and we all have to log in with either multiple passwords or different tokens. Perhaps we have to look up our server address for these different applications. Either way, this experience of having to remember all this information is not ideal and not what your end user expects. So we've gone ahead and cooked up a little scenario to show you what the experience is like to onboard a brand new employee with Workspace ONE. As a new employee, perhaps one that works off-site, they can be FedExed a new iPad and they can take it out of the box, switch it on, and it can auto-configure itself. On the back end, we are hooking up Identity Manager, AirWatch, and we're automatically configuring this iPad to give you the right access to the right set of applications. It may look simple with a few clicks, but in the back end, we've taken away the complexity from your end users. Now that we're all configured, let's go ahead and fire up the Workspace ONE application, and it has a launcher and a brand new unified single catalog. Matched with my single identity will give me access to all the applications I need to get my work done. Some of my applications you can see are being pushed down as part of my enrollment, and other applications I can install on demand from the catalog that can help me get my day-to-day job done. So there are apps like Boxer, Box, OneDrive, all of the apps that we need. What about passwords? So as you saw, we have single sign-on, and with my single identity, I've only logged in once when I enrolled, but I have access to web apps, native apps, Horizon apps, and we can also support Citrix applications as well. So let's take a look at these applications in action. We can go into DocuSign, and as you can see, I've automatically been logged in because our identity is known by the Workspace ONE system. I didn't have to put in server information or password. I can just go in and start getting my work done. Next, let's take a look at Salesforce. My logon experience was beautiful, easy, and seamless, and I can get right to work. Now, the next set of applications is all about communication. So let's first take a look at the Boxer application, which is one of our recent acquisitions. This email application is a great user experience. It's such a cool client. You can do swipe gestures to move away spam, or if we get important emails, I can swipe left or right to like or dislike, of course, depending who it's from. And we have a customizable action palette as part of the client to make it easy to set up gestures to do repeat actions. It's just a really nice experience. So that's email. Next, let's do something a little more real time. Chat is everywhere in the enterprise. So let's go ahead and here go to a private chat room, type in a quick message to one of my users and hit send. It was an easy way to collaborate using the new Socialcast chat feature. And lastly, let's bring together content. For content, we have Content Locker. In Content Locker, you can see all the different resources such as Box, Google Drive, SharePoint, OneDrive, and even Windows file shares that Content Locker brings together with just one single identity, so I have access to all of my different resources. And finally, let's deliver a 3D Horizon application such as AutoCAD so you can see a great user experience, bringing our existing on-prem applications onto our mobile devices. Next, let's talk a little bit more about single sign-on. And we want to announce Mobile SSO, or Secure App Token System, a patent-pending technology. We are the first company to take a SaaS or mobile app and be able to establish a trust to the enterprise through Workspace ONE to deliver this great user experience. Single sign-on, which is far more secure than passwords or tokens. Lastly, let's bring our own device into the enterprise. I can have the same experience with Workspace ONE, and I can use Touch ID as my method of authentication. Now you can see in the Workspace ONE application, I've got the same applications as you saw on my iPad that are being sent to my iPhone. So if we go ahead and look at Boxer, you can see that I have a few updated emails and I can do a swipe gesture to archive them. Or I can launch the native Salesforce application, which was already pushed onto my device, And of course, since I'm already signed in with SSO, I'm able to quickly get on and continue to do my work from my own device. Next, let's move on to Windows 10. So let's take this Windows 10 laptop and we can add it to our enterprise infrastructure. We can take advantage of the normal Windows 10 enrollment flows, go to Work Access, put in our corporate email, and be able to connect to our Workspace ONE instance. In the background, Identity and AirWatch are being connected and pushing down the enrollment of Workspace ONE. I can go ahead and sign in, and you can see I've got the same launcher with all of my different applications and the same unified catalog that gives me access to additional applications. It's the same user experience. I can go ahead and again launch the Salesforce application and continue to work no matter what device I'm on. And lastly, I want to touch upon security. In particular, Office document security. One of the major issues that come up with IT when you take these type of initiatives is data loss. And sometimes data loss happens on accident rather than maliciously. People in your enterprise accidentally leaking information. But let's go ahead and show you an example. This Windows 10 device is enrolled in Workspace ONE. I have my work documents that are encrypted to my enterprise. So as you can see, Word is a managed application that I'm allowing the user to access these documents from. And since I'm so excited, let me go ahead and copy some of this text that I'm going to try to tweet out to my followers. So I'm going to go ahead and copy the text, and I'm going to launch Twitter from the Start menu. You will see that managed applications have badges next to them to signify that they are secure. So if I try to paste in this text, I'm going to get a pop-up box that says, "Cannot move encrypted content here," since I'm not allowed to copy encrypted information onto this application. Next, let's go ahead and try to load the Word document in a different application. So if I try to launch this in Notepad, which is not an authorized application, I also get an access denied. So let's say now your employee is leaving the company. We have to be able to securely wipe and remove all corporate data from this device. So very easily, I can log onto the AirWatch admin console, search for my user, click all of their different devices, and with one click, delete them off the system. And as easy as that, all of your corporate data is gone from all of the devices from your user. So now you've seen a high-level overview of what it's like to experience the digital workspace with Workspace ONE.